Most people completely wing interviews. And honestly, it shows. You can spot it a mile off. Rambling answers, saying way too much. Or worse, going totally blank on basic stuff like, "So tell me about yourself." But interviews? They're not about being clever or thinking fast. They're about preparation. You don't need to memorize a script or sound like a robot. You just need to understand the questions, why they're being asked, and what the interviewer is actually trying to figure out. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 of the most common interview questions. I'll tell you why they ask them, what they're listening for, and how to answer in a way that actually makes you stand out. Let's get into it. 1. Tell me about yourself. This is always the opener, and most people blow it straight away. They waffle, they go off on tangents. They talk about where they went to school in 1999, like it's relevant. Here's what they actually want, a quick summary that tells them what you do, what you've done, and what you're looking for next. And it should all link to this job. Best way to do it? Use this structure. Present, past, future. So something like, I'm currently a marketing manager leading a team of 5. Over the last few years, I've grown engagement by 60% and launched a campaign that increased lead gen by 40%. Before that, I built the content team from scratch at a startup. Now I'm looking to work on bigger brand projects, which is why this role stood out. That's it. Clean, relevant, confident. 2. Why do you want this job? This is them checking if you actually care. Like, have you read anything about the company? Or are you just spraying your CV everywhere? Good answer. You've done your homework. You know what they do, what they care about, and how you fit in. Example, your work in renewable energy really stood out. In my last role, I led a supply chain project that cut emissions by 15%. So yeah, I'd love to bring that to your wind energy team. Short, sharp, aligned. Done. 3. What's your greatest strength? Everyone says stuff like communication or teamwork, which is fine, but on its own, it's just fluff. What they want is proof. Pick a strength that actually matches the role and back it up with a proper example, like stakeholder management. In my last role, I ran weekly updates across 5 departments for a £3 million project. It helped us finish a month ahead of schedule. Now you sound credible and useful. 4. What's your biggest weakness? This is a trap for people who try too hard to sound perfect. Don't say, I care too much, or I'm a perfectionist. It's cringe. They just want to know. 1. Do you know where your gaps are? 2. Are you actually doing anything about them? So be honest, but show growth. Something like, I used to take on too much. I said yes to everything and ended up stretched. Now I use Asana and time blocking to plan my week better, and I'm way more realistic with my capacity. Boom. You're not perfect, but you're self-aware and improving. 5. Tell me about a time you overcame a challenge. Time to drop the STAR method, situation, task, action, result. Yeah, it's boring, but it works. They want to see how you actually solve problems. So don't say, I just work hard. Give them a proper situation. Example, one of our key suppliers pulled out 2 weeks before a launch. I had to find a new one fast, renegotiate terms, and shift timelines with the production team. We launched on time, and it ended up being our biggest product release ever. It's a story, but it's tight, and it shows you get stuff done. 6. Why should we hire you? All right, this is basically, what value are you bringing us? This is where you bring the receipts. Talk about the problems they're probably dealing with and how you've solved those exact issues before. Like, you're scaling ops right now, and that's where I thrive. I've led teams through 2 rounds of growth, improved processes, and reduced costs by 15%, all while keeping engagement high. I can bring that here. Confident, but not cocky. 7. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? They're not looking for some grand life plan. They just want to know if you're going to stick around and grow or bounce in 6 months. So show that you're ambitious, but not delusional. I'd love to be leading a high-performing team, ideally here. I want to keep learning, take on more complex projects, and be part of something that's growing. That works. It's honest. It's grounded. 8. How do you handle pressure? Don't just say, I thrive under pressure. That means nothing. Give them an example. During a campaign launch, our ads glitched 2 hours before go live. I pulled the team together, reassigned the tasks, worked with IT to patch it, and we still launched on time. The campaign ended up smashing targets. Stressful situation. You handled it. Job done. 9. What's your proudest professional achievement? This one shows what you care about and what kind of results you get. So pick something impressive and relevant. I led a project that cut customer complaints by 40% in 6 months. I overhauled the process, retrained the team, and we tracked every metric. It completely changed our feedback scores. Pride plus data equals perfect answer. 10. Do you have any questions for us? Yes, always yes. Asking questions shows you're switched on. It also helps you figure out if the job is actually any good. Here are a few you can use. What does success look like in this role after 6 months? What challenges is the team currently facing? How do you support development and progression? Don't ask about salary here. Save that for later. Look, interviews don't have to feel like a minefield. If you prep the right way and understand what they're really trying to find out, you take control of the conversation. You don't need to have the perfect answer, you just need to have the right kind of answer. And if you want help with that, you can grab my free CV template in the description or try out the AI CV reviewer I built. It gives you feedback like a recruiter would because I trained it based on how I actually review CVS. And if you want more no-nonsense advice like this, subscribe to the channel. Loads more coming soon. Cheers!